Today I am going to show you how to build a super simple brewing machine for Minecraft. So this is a 2 wide tileable version, so I have actually made a video before on a brewing machine, but this one's 2 wide and it's a little bit cooler, and it's also designed by me too, so it's even better if you think about it. If you're building this on Bedrock edition, I'm not too sure if it works on that edition, so if you want you can test it out on that edition. I really don't mind at all. So before building it, make sure to test it on Bedrock. So the item list for this machine is in the description below, so go check that out now. And there's timestamps down, as you can see there's probably timestamps in the description, so you can use that to go to different parts of the video if you want to. If you don't want to hear about the explanation, then go to the actual tutorial itself and enjoy the video. Now I'm going to go through a simple explanation on how the machine actually works, and also like a few little tips for building this and where to build it exactly. So as you can see, I've got a storage system here, so in here will be all your potions. So now the storage system here will need to match the storage system for the bottles, not including the hopper here. That hopper doesn't count as a storage, even though for this does count as a bottle storage. So if you're just having this sort of storage system here, then you're gonna have to fill this all the way up, and then don't have 5 bottles in here. So fill this whole thing up and also the hopper in there, but make sure there's 5 spaces. It's only if you're using this sort of system over here. So now I'm gonna move on to the next bit. So also you have to have blaze powder inside the brewing machine. Now, I'm not too sure how you're going to stock it up. You can just put a stack of blaze powder in here and that's it. That should be fine. That should do you for like ages, so you shouldn't worry about that. And you can always restock it. It's really quick and easy, and you really won't have to do it often. Okay, so in this hopper over here, as you can see, there's an item filter. So you've got 19 items in here. You can do like renamed items if you really want to, but as this is not an item sorter, you don't really need to, so I'm just going to use random blocks. For an actual item sorter itself, I do advise renaming the items. I definitely do that with my item sorters. But for here, you don't really need to. I've got a bunch of these in my world, and I don't rename the items, and it doesn't really make any difference. As long as you don't use any potion ingredients, then it should be fine. So here's a basic item sorter, really simple, with a repeater. Make sure that's on 1 tick. Over here, we've got a redstone torch. That will power this hopper, which releases 3 bottles. Now, if you're wondering how it's going to release 3 bottles, well, once there's no items in here, so no ingredients, that will finish this up, so all the items will travel back into this chest here. And when that over here, it will unlock this redstone torch, which turns it off, and then it will turn this hopper off, so that it will release items into here, which will be bottles. Now, once you've got the potions travelling through here, you get an output from here. Now you can probably see from here that you've got a hopper here, and then when it's tileable, you also have another hopper over here. That is a small problem. That's why you have to match up the items in here with the items in there. That's why you have to do that sort of matching. So you will need to do that, otherwise this machine won't be able to be tileable. Okay, so here we've got an observer here that observes this comparator, and then it sends an output through into this detector rail. Detector rail is quite cheap to make compared to power rail, as you need gold. So that's why I use detector rail. You can use power rail if you want. I really don't mind. It's whatever you feel like using, whatever you've got a lot of. So if you've got a lot of power rail, then use that. And then that outputs into this observer here, which pushes this sticky piston up, which sends the observer upwards. That doesn't output anything, and then it sends it downwards, and then it outputs something into this repeater. This repeater's on 2 ticks. And you need that to get 1 pulse, 1 simple pulse. And it will travel through here, power this block here, then unpower this redstone torch, which unpowers these droppers. And then it's a falling edge, so when this gets powered again, it will trigger all of this. And up here you've got some redstone, and the same thing will happen up here. So that's how the dropper machine works. Now I think this sort of thing works. Sometimes it's a little bit buggy on servers, so if you have like a plugin on some servers where it's like hops, it locks the hoppers. That can cause a few problems, so make sure to ask an admin or a owner to ask if they've got that plugin. Okay, so just saying, these slabs over here also need to be slabs, just so you can enter into this large chest over here. If they're not slabs, then you won't be able to enter into it. You can also use glass if you want, but I like slabs because they're easy and cheap to get. And then also I've got a wall across here. As you can see, there's a slab right here, and you know why that's there. So you can open this chest. You can also use glass, whatever. And if you want to, you can add an item frame to display the potion that you're making. Add a nice user interface to it, whatever you want to do. So that's it. That's as simple as this potion maker gets. It's actually much simpler than you think. I don't know if me explaining it sounded simple or not, but you'll probably say in the comment section, so whatever. Okay, so now onto the simple block by block tutorial. So just saying, the item list is in the description, so make sure to check that just in case you forgot. And first of all, you're going to need your chest. So this is your storage system. So as you can see, we're placing it in this section here, just so you know where to build it. So make sure you're building this in a nice little area, maybe inside your base or something. You can pretty much build it anywhere as it's quite small. You could probably build this in the nether too, or even the end if you want to, but I'd just build this on the overworld because like it's nicer there. So as you can see here, I've got a hopper here and a brewing stand over here. I'm going to put a comparator here, and I'm going to put a observer into here, and then I'm going to go up with some hoppers, so not like that, and I'm also going to put a hopper here, so I can place it in, perfect. And then a chest up here, this is for the water bottles, and then we're going to go up here, so we're going to go up another 2, up like this, and then we're going to get some blocks. So if I place a block over here, and a block there, and a block there, and a repeater in here, a comparator, some redstone, and then that's it for this bit. Now we're just going to need the dropper. Well, we're going to need 4 droppers actually, but just place the droppers like this, and you're going to be filling these with items. Okay, so now get a redstone torch, place it there, place some redstone in like this, place a block here, place some redstone dust like that, and that should lock this hopper. Now get some activator rail or whatever rail you're using. It must be either activator rail or power rail. Go up here with an observer like that, a sticky piston, an observer like this. I'm going to place a block here and here, as we're going to cover it up here. So I'm just going to cover it up completely like that. You don't have to cover it up if you don't want to. If you really don't want to cover it up, then don't worry. Now we're going to get slabs, so I'll get a slab actually. For some reason I don't have one. And we're just going to place a slab here. Then we're going to get a repeater. Place it on 2 ticks. Some redstone. A block. A redstone torch. You should hear that power. So you should hear the droppers flick like that. A block up here, you should hear that one flick, and then the last redstone up here. And that's the machine, done. Okay, so now onto the item sorter bit. So get some normal blocks. I'm going to use some smooth stone. Then I'm just going to split it in half a few bits. I'm going to have 16 there, and I'm going to go get it up to 19, so like that. And then that's fine, just leave it like that. Perfect. I'm going to group these up because like I like to do that. Then get some water bottles. Now we need to look at the item storage. So as you can see, it's just one double chest. So if I go across here, I'll fill a whole double chest like this. So the whole entire thing like that. And you don't need to put any in this hopper. Don't do that at all, unless you've got extra storage. Even though if you've got extra storage, you can just have a hopper going out of here, and you can make the water storage even bigger if you want to. Like you can go out here like that with a chest up here. Now this is locked, this chest, so you can't get into it. Like this, and you can keep going up and up. And that's how big you can probably make the water storage, so quite big actually. Even though you have to add an extra double chest if you're making a bigger water storage. So just put all the water bottles in like this. Now don't put any in here. Just make sure of that. Now the next bit for priming it is we're going to go into the brewing stand. We're going to put one single nether wart in here, and then I'm going to put half a stack. You can put a whole stack in if you want, or whatever you've got actually. Okay, so now if you put the nether wart in here, if you're making potion of weakness or anything like that, that doesn't actually need nether wart, so you can just put the main ingredient for potion of weakness, which is a fermented spider eye. So you can just put a fermented spider eye in here if you're making potion of weakness instead of nether wart, and that should be it for that bit. So after that, you put the next ingredient that you put in. So for like a potion of strength, you'll need blaze powder. So I'll put blaze powder in here. Doesn't matter how much I put in there. Next, I'm going to put glowstone dust to make it strength 2. Then gunpowder to make it a splash potion. And then I'm going to put nether wart in here for the next potion. And you have to put it in that order like that. If you don't put it in that order, it won't work. Just saying that. Now the next bit is how to trigger it. So the next bit to trigger it is quite simple actually. So go over to this comparator, flick it once. As you can see, that will move up. Flick it again. And it should be working. As you can see, it's working and nothing goes in here, so there's no bugs or anything. And you should get some water bottles in here. So now leave the storage alone for now. Don't do anything to the storage whatsoever, unless you're going to extend it, and then you have to extend that. So make this the same size as that. Make sure that is equal. And then that's done for priming it. So now your brewing machine should be fully functional. So then we check in here. I've already got some potions brewing. That's really quick. So it's quite quick, just saying. As you can see here, some strength as well. I've kind of used the same ingredients to save a little bit of time, but that shouldn't matter. In here though, I have got instant health, just saying. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you want to, you can subscribe. I really don't mind. I do this completely for fun. This is really fun to design. I really enjoyed designing this because there are a lot of challenges, but it's quite enjoyable. I might even try and design a different one as well. I don't want to design a one wide because that would literally be humongous. So that would take years, and well, not years, but it would take so long to make that I don't really think it's worth it to make a one wide as well. Plus, I'd probably have to add movable block entities because I'll have to move in all the bottles in and everything like that, and it'll just be loads of work. So I hope you enjoyed this video, found it useful, all that sort of stuff. If you want to, you can become a channel member. It'll be nice if I can see some more channel members, but you really don't be pressured into doing it. Also, if you want to, you can join my Discord too. We've got a nice community down there, a lot of active members. You can go chat to them if you want, and if you need any help, you can also join my Discord for that too. And if you're going to watch any more of my videos, then see you in the next video, and goodbye.